Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all my Muslim brothers, sisters, converts, reverts, those who are struggling in the deen of Al-Islam, and of course, all of humanity. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim. Waladdallin. Ameen. Inshallah, my intention today is to recap on what by Allah we know and come to understand from the introduction and slight history of Islam and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and going into the opening chapter of the Quran, and it being established that Surah Fatiha is not only to be incorporated as the opening chapter recited in each of our 5 obligatory daily prayers, but also serves as a description and visual inspiration as to a few of the magnificent, gracious, and merciful, mystical, unseen Creator, His attributes and abilities for the introspection of the believers, brothers, sisters, converts, reverts, those struggling in their journey on the Siratul Mustaqim and in the life of this dunya. The opening chapter is as follows: Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, which in all actuality is 2 words, Al being the English translation, the, and La, which is the English translation of God. In other words, the Bismi in this, in which is the opening of and when doing or relaying anything pertaining to Allah, is in English the name of the God, Allah. Proceeding with the opening chapter or surah, Al-Fatiha. The word Fatiha comes from the root word Fataha, which means to open. And Al-Fatiha is the first surah or chapter to be revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in its entirety. It contains 7 verses, is the key or opener to the Quran, and classified as a Meccan surah, along with being the mother of the book. Al-Kitab begins the first third of the Quran. The Quran is divided into 3 parts or sections so as for its reading purpose, and utilized during the month of Ramadan so as to complete the reading of it in the 29 or 30 days of Ramadan. This surah or chapter and its 7 verses or ayats is first and foremost a prayer for the guidance, governance, and mercy of Allah, and the word Allah, which is 2 words, Al-La, is also the God, telling us and all of humanity that God is the one and only mystical, unseen Creator, of whom says to a thing be, and it becomes. So moving forward, we should now be of the understanding and know the meaning of the word Allah and its significance. It should now be embedded in our hearts and minds that it is the mystical unseen Creator known as the God, Allah, the only entity capable of answering our prayers, supplications, requests, and easing our aches and pains and mental discomforts of this life and dunya, along with granting us our ultimate and final goal, which is the highest level of paradise, known as Jannat al-Firdaus. And now, in moving forward with where we left off yesterday, in Surah 2 Al-Baqarah verse 8, it goes on to say, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُقُولُ أَمَانَةً بِاللَّهِ وَبِهِ الْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَمَا هُمْ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ. That is to say that this verse or ayat of the surah is bringing to the attention of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to be relayed to believers and all of humanity and those that are being identified in the verse for his and our cautiousness and protection of their existence, and as well as to make them know that we are aware of their existence, but we are on point, and as well protected by the mystical unseen creator, by Allah, so as to perhaps open their hearts to belief and submission to this mystical unseen creator for protection of us as well as those before us and those of future generations. And the English of that ayat, verse 8 of Surah Baqarah, is there are some who say we believe in Allah and the last day, but really they do not really believe. So the Prophet was being made aware of these types of people so as to be cautious in his propagation of the belief in the one God concept to those in his circumference and as well as the whole world. Inshallah, this is my piece of encouragement for today. Until next time, inshallah. Salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. One last thing before I go. Shukran jazakallah al khair to all the viewers and subscribers and their support, inshallah. See you next time. Have an awesome day. Thank you very much.